funeral of Jose Rizal. These are some of the scenes from the reenactment that was made 100 years after the event. On November 16, 1916, the Order of the Knights of Rizal was formally established. This is a picture of some of the early knights, including President Manuel Luis Quezon himself, when he was still a politician. On June 14, 1951, Congress granted the Order of the Knights of Rizal a legislative charter through Republic Act 646. And the date, June 14, from then on, was celebrated as Charter Day. What does the law tell us about the Knights of Rizal? What should we be doing? To study the teachings of Dr. Jose Rizal, to inculcate and propagate them in and among all classes of the Filipino people, and by words and deeds, to exhort our citizenry to emulate and practice the examples and teachings of our national hero. As explanatory note of the bill for RA 646 states, let Rizal's life and martyrdom influence and guide the destiny of the nation. Let this future generation live the Rizal way. So if we would promote the Rizal way, we as knights should be the first ones to study, to know, and to live the Rizal way, the Rizal spirit. We're already 102 years in existence, and so far, good news. We're going strong. We have new members of the Knights of Rizal. Many of them are also young people, vibrant, vigorous, and also we have been doing our share to alleviate the sufferings of our people. Through poverty, calamities, the Knights of Rizal are doing their best to lead the way in showing example, in trying to help as Rizal would have helped his country. But also, what is remarkable about the Knights of Rizal is this used to be Indio guy who was executed by the Spaniards. His name is now the name of an organization with international membership and following. And it's good to know that we have many members in Europe and also leaders, heads of states are happy to receive decorations and honors from the Knights of Rizal. If you don't know what's happening in other parts of the world, in Europe, for example, knighthood is a big thing for them. And being a Knights of Rizal, knowing what Rizal was all about, was a big thing for them when they received the knighthood. They were crying. Diba? Eh kung Pilipino ka, diba nakaka-proud? We are all fixated about his death. That he had a very heroic death, that he had a remarkable death. But sometimes, Rizal dying is important. The death of Rizal inspired a lot of people to join the revolution that already started. But, let me tell you this. Even if Rizal died the grand way, it would not be as important as the way he lived. Diba? He became a hero because of the way he lived, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, let's talk about Rizal, the expat, probably the aspect of Jose Rizal's life closest to ours. You know, we all know that in the propaganda movement to help in asking for reforms for the Filipinos here in the Philippines. Remember that there were two Spains during Rizal's time. One is the Spain in Spain where everything was liberal and people had freedoms. People were free and people were progressive. But in the Philippines, the Spanish colony in the Philippines, it was not progressive. There was no freedom. People were in chains. And so, this drawing was his last view of Manila. He knew he was going to miss it. He studied there all his life, and he had no digital camera, so he just drew it. And it's a very emotional experience for him, perhaps. And also, Jose Rizal went to Spain to study medicine at the Universidad Central de Madrid. But also, he went to Paris to study at Dr. Louis de Vega, ophthalmology. So he went there he went abroad to enrich himself while also, being with this group of people, the Ilustrados, Indios who had the capacity, who were given a chance to study abroad and to be enlightened. That's why they were called Ilustrados. Okay? You see there, Jose Rizal, unmistakable, once in hair, but who was with him? Del Pilar was there, followed suit in 1888. And Del Pilar, who is he? Recently, the likes of Rizal in Europe organized the 2014 European Art Exhibit. The life of Dr. Jose Rizal in Europe International Painting Contest. And now we see, as interpreted by different students and artists, different scenes in the life of Rizal. Rizal and his friendship with Ferdinand Blumentritt. Rizal in Berlin. Rizal in Berlin publishing the Noli Me Tangere. Rizal in Switzerland. Rizal in Europe. The cultures of Europe and the like. Now, there are many places that we visited in Europe. You have here Rizal in Italy. Okay? And in Italy, he went there in 1887. He went from Turin, Milan, Venice, Florence, Rome, Vatican City, and Naples. That's where he went. He was happy to be in Italy. He wrote his father in a postcard about it. I was at Turin, my dear parents, I was at Turin, Milan, Venice, and Florence, and I have been here since some days ago. I have already visited St. John the Lateran, St. Clement, the Roman Forum, the Capitol, the Colosseum, the Catacombs, the Palatine Hill, etc., etc. Today I'm going to visit the Vatican, taking advantage of the feast of St. Peter and St. Paul. It's funny because, as you can see, in his letter to Blumentritt, parang if you say it in Filipino, parang siyang silaw. You don't usually think of Jose Rizal as amazed, too amazed about something. It happened in Italy. What happened in Italy? So here is Jose Rizal at the Roman Forum. And this is the view of the Vatican City as Rizal had seen it. And this is Rizal talking to the Europeans. He said, I am in Europe. Everything I step on is the dust of heroes. Here I breathe the same air which the Roman heroes have breathed. I salute every statue with reverence, and to be a humble native of a small island, it seems that I am in sanctuary. I have already seen the Capitolium, the Alpian Rock, the Palatinium, the Forum Romanum, the amphitheater, etc. Everything here is glorious. My favorite places are the amphitheater and the Roman Forum. There I have been seated for hours contemplating everything and restoring life to the ruins. I have also visited some churches and museums like the Capitoli Museum, the Church of Santa Maria Maggiore, which is also grandiose. It's funny that probably some people say Rizal had an insecurity because he felt big in Rome. That is naturally, that is what you're going to feel when you're a Filipino in another land. You see this very historic place. This is what he told Blumentritt when he was in Rome. I am tired as a dog. I will sleep as a dog. So he enjoyed everything that he was learning in Europe. And of course, Rizal had a statue there at the Piazzale Manila in Rome. Okay, now, it was not always good times because sometimes Rizal had no money and nothing to eat. So what did he do? There was a story that in a hotel, he would say, or in a hotel where he was staying, he would say, goodbye, I'm going to have some breakfast. And he goes back to the hotel. He did not eat breakfast. He just walked around. And he would write to his brother, I have no money. And then, what happens? Pasyano Rizal will write to him. And will tell him that, I'm sorry, sugar is not being bought here from other countries, and so they cannot send you any more money, or it's very difficult sending money to you. So, please share the suffering of the whole family. So let's always think about this. When Rizal was in Europe, his life was not always happy. Hindi siya nagpakasama. He worked for the Filipinos just like all of you, our family suffered. We should credit the whole Rizal family for everything that Jose Rizal did for the country in Spain, in Italy, and in other places in Europe. But he realized too that the battlefield is in the Philippines. So, in Manipaya, went back to the Philippines and organized something according to Floro Pibuyan. This is what he wanted to establish to create the nation that he wanted to do. And what is that nation? This is the chair, it's probably the sofa set that Jose Rizal established by the Liga Filipina. That's why I'm so happy to sing there. This is, listen, Bonifacio was one of the members of the Liga Filipina. Look at this. The end is to unite the whole archipelago into one compact, and homogeneous man. Okay? He would create the nation already. He did not say it. He did not say the nation. To unite us to become one nation. And how will we be? We will mutually protect each other. We will defend each other against all violence. We will study and encourage instruction and education, agriculture and commerce. We will help each other. It's like we must cooperate with each other if we want the country. From the grassroots. But Rizal was arrested after 3 days. And Bonifacio moved to create the organization they've been planning for so long, the Katipunan. And while they were establishing the Katipunan, Jose Rizal was being brought to the Pitan, and that is where, despite the fact that Nagaliga already, first he joined the lottery. He won 6,000 pesos. And what did he do with the 6,000? He bought the land. And he practiced agriculture, made different houses. It's like a teacher, because even the houses, they have shapes. Teach you what is a quadrata, what is a redonda. We also established a hospital, free for the people of the Pitan, for the poor people of the Pitan. And then he also established a school for the children of the Pitan. It's there. And also, he made a map, a relief map, always a teacher made a relief map of Mindanao at the Plaza, which of course became the inspiration for the relief map of the Philippines in the Manila. Also, he applied what he saw in Europe. He applied the things that he learned from the countries that he visited. For example, he built a dam in the Pitan. He also made a cooperative of Amaka, the farmers of the Pitan. So he made the people, he became prosperous, but he also made the people's lives more prosperous, which tells us it's not bad to be rich. Share the wealth. This is a game that Jose Rizal made. It's called the Sibilang Umana. It's an oracle game. And he used recycled envelope from a New York factory, from a New York mechanical factory. What does this mean? He wanted machineries. He was inquiring for machineries to be brought to the Pitan. Ganun katindi ang pagtulong ng buhay.
As Professor mentioned, and also Rizal, nasa Pilipinas ang pakikibaka. Sana po, to unite and ladies of Rizal, let's continue the struggle in our motherland. Hindi po dito matatapos sa Europe ang ating pakikibaka. Hinihintay po tayo sa Pilipinas.